boys, we got a couple of errands to run in the Mustang, but first we need gas like always, and of course we need some caffeine, so let's go get that. So we got about a 25-minute drive. I actually lowered the car on some iBox sport lines. I've actually done a lot of stuff to the car that I haven't really filmed. I've kind of just getting the installs done and then I'll show it all later. But we need to go get an alignment done. I've given the lowering springs about a week, around 100-ish miles. I'm trying to just let the springs settle before I take it in for an alignment, just to make sure everything's settled already beforehand. Do this though. I'm definitely gonna scrape. I'm gonna scrape. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I have the RTR front lip on here, and like these slightest dips, no matter how hard I angle, this thing just drags and scrapes. It's so bad. Oh, yep, there we go, scraped. The smallest dip, dude. So usually I would just take the car to Les Schwab or something and have just a normal tire shop do the alignment. But we are actually taking this thing to On's Custom. They're up here in Salt Lake. It's a little bit farther drive for me. It's about 25 minutes. But they specialize more in like performance, like lowered suspension and that kind of stuff, like bags and everything. So I figured they have a little bit better chance of getting the alignment done right the first time, instead of taking it just to like a normal everyday tire shop like Les Schwab. I'm so glad I got the 5% on here because I have this huge freaking GoPro on my forehead. Looks ridiculous. I installed a couple little suspension parts while I was in there doing the lowering springs, and this car, it just feels so much more freaking planted now. Like, it is so solid. That thing rattling so much. But yeah, my alignment isn't terrible. Like, it's not pulling any side real hard. I just noticed my steering wheel is pretty crooked, and I just want to make sure everything's as close to spec as possible. I know the camber is going to be a little off. I mean, when you lower a car, it's hard to get it completely perfect without camber plates and all that. She done. Camber just a tiny bit off on the rear still, which was like expected, but he said not to worry about it, should be fine, and I trust him, so. Well boys, she is done. She's solid. My steering wheel is finally straight, so my OCD is satisfied, but. Super cool though. I was in and out like maybe 30 minutes, and the guy who did the alignment's a Mustang guy too, so that was cool. I'll show you guys here in just a little bit once we pull over, but I didn't realize how low this thing was until I saw that guy pull it out of the shop. I mean, sport lines are one of the, you know, the lowest drop springs out there. But watching him pull it out of that shop, like, I mean, there is absolutely no wheel gap. Like, it's wild. I've never seen the car actually rolling because I'm always the one driving, but actually seeing it pull out, it looks like it is, I don't want to say slammed, but I mean, she's these things are nasty, dude. I just picked up a Osmo Pocket 3 today. This thing honestly is a complete game changer, because I would usually just take my Sony a7 IV, I take the gimbal, and that's how I would go get all like my Instagram reels, YouTube shorts and all that, you know, to get stable footage and everything. This thing I can just pull out, no balancing, no calibrating, nothing. I can switch between vertical and horizontal just on the spot. This thing is just a game changer. I still need a little more seat time with it, but it seems like a pretty solid alternative to, you know, taking the entire Sony rig out every time I want to just go film some reels or something. I apologize, guys. The car was completely clean just this morning, and of course, you know, it rained, so we gotta wash her again, but it's all good. Guys, it has been an entire month with my 2024 Mustang GT Premium, and we're getting close to about 10K in mods now, so I thought it'd be a good time kind of go over the car, everything we've done, because, you know, I've been slacking on content a little bit. I haven't really been filming everything we've been doing to the car. But like I said, this is my 24 GT Premium. This has, I believe, the 400A package. I went with premium because honestly I've just never had a premium Mustang. They've always been base models, and you know, I thought, you know, I'd treat myself for once, get some leather seats, get a bigger screen and all that. So yeah, I cannot stand how nasty this thing is, dude. It's so bad. I just cleaned it. Up front we got the RTR front splitter. This thing is it's about as big as everyone says and what everybody complains about. I wouldn't mind if it was just a hair shorter, but I love it. It looks super aggressive, and it stands out a lot. Literally the first day though, we're chopping this thing up under there. We're scraping on everything. Even when I wasn't lowered, I'd still have to like crazy angle on dips because that thing is just, it's massive, dude. And moving back, we got the SVE SB2 wheels. I got this whole package from LMR, so showed up like mounted, balanced, tires, just throw on the car, ready to go. And I kind of went outside of the box a little bit, and we ended up getting some gray wheels. These are like, I think, dark graphite or something like that. My first instinct always is to throw black wheels on any car just because it's a safe move. But I thought, you know, the gray would look pretty good on the white, and so far I have zero complaints. It looks so good. These are sitting on Nitto NT 555 G2s. Not gonna lie, it's probably not my favorite tire choice, but it's what came on the car, and I kind of wanted the package more just like for convenience, and I can always swap out tires later. There ain't no way another train is coming, bro. I swear this has to be like the 4th train that's passed so far since I started filming. I'm about to give up. Okay, I should have like 30 seconds in between trains, so I'll hurry this up. The trailer just pulled up for like a half hour to unload. I swear no one wants me to film this video, man. It is currently lowered on iBox Sportline lowering springs. As you guys saw earlier, we went and got the alignment done. Everything's all settled and good to go. I mean, I knew these springs were gonna be low, man. Like, I mean, sport lines are just a low spring on any car, but I mean, this thing is like, it's almost like tucked up here in the back, but that's exactly how I want it. I love the way it looks. The stance is absolutely perfect. These are 19-inch wheels, and we're on a 305/35, I believe. Yeah, 305/35, and a 285/35 in the front. I've heard it rub like maybe one time, and it was like kind of a deeper corner and hit a slight bump, and I barely heard it rub. Nothing enough to where I need to switch up tire size or start rolling fenders or anything. While I was installing the lowering springs, I also did a couple suspension mods while I was under there and had the whole subframe dropped and everything. We have the Steeda starter stop the hop kit, which comes with like the alignment pins for the subframe bolts and those bushing supports that help with like wheel hop when you're launching and stuff. And I also got the Steeda IRS braces, which came with the kit, but they actually forgot to send me hardware with that. So I'm waiting for the hardware so I can install the braces as well. But then she'll have the whole starter stop the hop kit on there. And now for my favorite and probably the most overkill mod I've ever done on a car. But we have the Anderson Composites deck lid and duckbill spoiler. This is one of those mods I've always wanted on any car I've owned, but it's been really hard to justify it just because carbon is so expensive. I swear I'm about to quit YouTube altogether, bro. Another train. The whole deck lid and spoiler to get this thing to my door after shipping and everything, it was about $3 grand. It hurts pretty bad saying that out loud, but about $3 grand for that whole setup. 100% overkill was purely for an aesthetic mod. I'm not trying to go for weight savings or anything. Was it worth it? No, but would I do it again? Most likely, because that just, it looks so freaking good, man. I love the carbon. This duckbill, it just looks so freaking good, man. I love this thing. For exhaust, we have stock cat, stock headers, everything still. CNL H-pipe in the middle and CNL muffler delete axle backs. I am going to get some Cooks long tube headers for this car soon. I'm kind of just waiting a little longer till tuning becomes available for the S650s. Honestly, I just don't want to tackle the install right now. I mean, you got to pull motor mounts, you got to do all that stuff, and I'm not trying to do that just in my garage on jack stands. I did just get my Steeda air filters in the mail, I think today actually. So I'm going to be throwing those on as well as doing the carbon trap deletes. It does have full ceramic tint, so we have 5% all around and then 50% on the windshield. But we're rocking that the You Know See Me tint. I'm so obsessed with this car, bro. I love this thing.